It was the start of the weekend, amateur night. Her table was crowded with conventioneers, rich kids flashing platinum chips, a pair of soldiers on leave, honeymooners nuzzling between drinks, nervous first-timers laying down their bets with trembling fingers. Nat shuffled the cards and dealt the next hand. The name she used had come to her in a fragment from a dream she could not place and could not remember, but it seemed to fit. She was Nat now. Familiar with numbers and cards, she had easily landed a job as a blackjack dealer at the loss, what everyone called the win since the big freeze. Some days she could pretend that was all she was, just another Vegas dreamer trying to make ends meet, hoping to get lucky on a bet. She could pretend that she had never run, that she had never stepped out of that window, although fall wasn't the right word. She had glided, flying through the air as if she had wings. Nat had landed hard in a snowbank, disarming the perimeter guards who had surrounded her, stealing a heat vest to keep herself warm. She followed the lights of the strip, and once she arrived in the city, it was easy enough to trade in the vest for lenses to hide her eyes, allowing her to find work in the nearest casino. New Vegas had lived up to her hopes. While the rest of the country chafed under martial law, the western frontier town was the same as it ever was, the place where the rules were often bent and where the world came to play. Nothing kept the crowds away. Not the constant threat of violence, not the fear of the marked, not even the rumors of dark sorcery at work in the city's shadows. Since her freedom, the voice in her head was exultant, and her dreams were growing darker. Almost every day she woke to the smell of smoke and the sound of screams. Some days, the dreams were so vivid she did not know if she was sleeping or awake. Dreams of fire and ruin, the smoldering wreckage, the air thick with smoke, the blood on the walls, the sound of screams. "Hit me." Nat blinked. She had seen it so clearly. The explosion, the flashing bright white light, the black hole in the ceiling, the bodies slumped on the floor. But all around her it was business as usual. The casino hummed with noise, from the blaring pop song over the stereo, the craps dealers barking numbers as they raked in die, video poker screens beeping, slot machines ringing, players impatient for their cards. The 15-year-old bride was the one who had asked for another. "Hit me," she said again. "You've got 16, you should hold," Nat advised. "Let the house bust, dealer hits on 16, which I'm showing." "You think?" she asked with a hopeful smile. The child bride and her equally young husband, both soldiers, wouldn't see anything like the main floor of a luxury casino for a long time. Tomorrow they would ship back out to their distant patrol assignments, controlling the drones that policed the country's far-flung borders, or the seekers that roamed the forbidden wastelands. Nat nodded, flipped up the next card and showed the newlyweds an 8. Dealer busted and she paid out their winnings. "Let it ride!" the bride whooped. They would keep their chips in play to see if they could double their holdings. It was a terrible idea, but Nat couldn't dissuade them. She dealt the next round. "Good luck," she said, giving them the usual Vegas blessing before she showed them her cards. She was sighing. 21, the house always wins, there goes their wedding bonus, when the first bomb exploded. One moment she was collecting chips, and the next she was thrown against the wall. Nat blinked. Her head buzzed and her ears rang, but at least she was still in one piece. She knew to take it slow, gingerly wiggling fingers and toes to see if everything still worked, the tears in her eyes washing away the soot. Her lenses hurt. They felt stuck, heavy and itchy, but she kept them on just to be safe. So her dream had been real after all. "Drow bomb," she heard people mutter, people who had never seen a drow, let alone a sylph, in their lives. Ice trash. Monsters. Nat picked herself up, trying to orient herself in the chaos of the broken casino. The explosion had blown a hole in the ceiling and pulverized the big plate glass windows,